change your room just like that. Girl, you got no contest. What you want, you get express, no stress. Thank the Lord, you know you so blessed. You got me so obsessed. There ain't a moment I ain't thinking about you. No inside your head, you know I won't sleep. Forever love is together, whenever long. When you're by my side, yeah, I'm winning. Head in the clouds, so high, got me singing. Look like a million touch, so priceless. But it's time, no cap, you the finest. This summer love don't fade like a tattoo. Forever's on enough time to be ready. Just me, you spice, you a movie. You pay, you pal, you a beauty. This summer love don't fade like a tattoo. Forever's on enough time to be ready.
Tēnā koutou katoa, nau mai, hoki mai, ko tēnei te whiringa tō. This is the Open Mixed, Hanumi, Ranu, Tāne Wahine, Mārei Kura, Whatu Kura, and I will apologise now that I may favour one of the teams in the final, but I know my man Tiv will balance it up. So here we have Raukawa Kirunga taking on Werero Mixed, and these two teams actually come from the same pool, and now they see themselves in the final, which is not an easy feat, is it, Tiv?
No, not an easy feat, and it probably just speaks to the strength of the mixed division as a whole. As you mentioned, they did come through the same pool. They met yesterday, and Werero, through the barest of margins, got on top of Raukawa Kirunga by one. So yeah, it'll be an interesting rematch today, Hicks.
Yeah, it will be. Yeah, just quickly, once again, we're really digging this new style of how we start the games. We've got Greg, Quinn and Ray, who has been around a long time, and man, to get the mixed final just goes to show that the class and the cream still stays at the top, doesn't it?
Yeah, definitely. Ray's been he's been around a long time. He's a very experienced referee, and it's good to see Quinn as well getting a start in the mixed final. He's a young up and comer, so yeah, a very good and very balanced refereeing team as well.
Yeah, now as we go through, we'll start with Werero. There's some very familiar names. We've got Wiremu Tākare, touchbacks over mixed captain, Marshall Barton there, Monique from the Hawke's Bay, and we just go down the list. And your man Gary Riley, who was over in Fiji, shows up again. They seem to just pop up everywhere, these players.
I'll tell you what, I don't know what's in that Fijian water, but yeah, they're over there and then they're over here. It's only been a couple of weeks apart, so it's been probably been a good build-up for Werero. A lot of them did play, or a few of them I should say, did play in the B12 team that were at the Fijian Cup. But they've come back, and yeah, like you mentioned, Hicks, it's a bit of a who's who. When you look down their team list, they've got former and a few current Touch Blacks representatives. You mentioned Wiremu Takere, Gary Riley, but you've also got Savannah, Asafo Tavita, Jordan Rogers, Teja Antonovich, and Henry Dunn as well. So plenty of star power in their Wirero team. But in terms of Raukawa Kirunga, they are more of a traditional mixed team, aren't they?
Yeah, and just led by, Tans. Tans is out there, Tāne Kupa. Man, been playing for a long, long time, and just to see him, he's actually bringing through, I see one of his nieces already, his first cousin's daughter. So he's been an awesome servant of the game. He was actually a part of our very first team we brought here back in 2001. And so he's here, and he's another crafty character. And Hamish Buick, and he'll have the refs in his back pocket for this one, so we're looking forward to it.
I'm sure I saw him shelling out a couple of extra bucks for the referees before, so we'll see how he goes in this one, old Hamish Buick.
Yeah, and I see Kapu Manawafiti's there. Played a lot of his touch over in Australia, and then moved back home. Otaki boy, and he's played with some really top players, and I hear he had a really big hand in the win of the semi. Henity Buick, she's been around, and we've got these young girls from back home, and I'm talking, real young, so what an awesome exposure, and they definitely won't leave anything out there, so I apologise if I'm one-sided in this one, Tiff.
Well, being an Otaki boy yourself, yeah, don't blame you. They probably did it the hard way. They went to a drop-off in their semi-final early this morning. We were watching after one of the live stream games, and they actually beat defending champs Waikato Tainui in a very, very tight one. It was a high-scoring one, 11-10, so if that one's anything to go by, this match should be high-scoring and a lot of high action as well. Yeah,
and I see Jude Cole, King, sort of Manaia Osborne there, really well known in the league scene, come back here, and I see Atawhai, but it looks like he's picked up a niggle, so there's a lot of experience, and none other than Josh Quinn, fresh from the Touch Blacks Trans-Tasman men's team. I think we brought him through to this tournament a few years back, but you can just sort of see the nerves on both teams, can't you, as they sort of iron it up.
Yeah, well, I think yesterday probably would have had a lot to play with it. Wirero did get the chocolates in that one, but as I mentioned, it was only by one, so there's half a hair that can split these two teams. It's that close.
Yeah, and I see young Raukura Hennessy out of Manukuras here, which is a kura back into Papua Uia, really giving some awesome opportunities. Daisy Davis played a lot of touch when she was younger, and she's back playing. So yeah, there's a real awesome sprinkle of young talent here. I see Manawanui's here, Mun's with his older brother Nick. So yeah, it's good to finally see the team. We haven't had the time to catch up, but yeah, here we go. This is the tap off. It looks like Barton Marshall's got the ball. She's working hard there, kicking over this Gary Riley. All those sneaky yards. There he goes. You've got to be on with Gaz, eh?
Oh, and he's got tricks. He's got tricks up his sleeve, and his bag is deep. So yeah, you've got to be on when you're around Gary Riley as he's coming around on the sweep. Although the scoop goes to the short side. Late switch back to Marshall Barton, to Riley, on to Marshall Barton. That's Liana there. She looked to go off the left foot. And from side to side, Wirero, enterprising play to start this one.
Yeah, good rope there by RKR. We just lost the images there just quickly, but over the top. Ooh.
Yeah, beautiful ball there by Gary Riley, we just mentioned. Came off the rooster, stepped towards the safe side, and that was a beautiful chop line by Liana Marshall Barton, New Zealand youth representative as well. So they've got plenty of stars in this Wirero team, and they pull it out on the first set of the game, Hicks.
Yeah, and they really worked for that one, didn't they? They went from side to side, they come through here. This is a good touch. They set up, it looks like they're on a 21 ruck far side there. Then they move it back over. They come into this ruck. This is a real clean plant, run a 32 peel, skip pass over. Yeah, and just unlucky there. She got up in the lane, but here we go. We're hot on attack. Looks like Mish.
Yeah, he had a strong few games yesterday, the Hamish Buick, former New Zealand representative, and he's still got it as well. So look for a lot of the RKR attack to revolve around him today.
Yeah, one of the most cleverest players from back home, Hamish, real technical and switched on. But there's Manaia Osborne, who set a real solid platform. Here's Mish, just a little sinker ball. Yeah, Henry Dunn, man, we just keep rattling these names. Thomas Staples there, coming through. Rogers, young Cairo. This is a great balanced final. The two top teams here at this year's Nationals.
Yeah, definitely, and the stars are all out. It's, like we said, it is a who's who. So if you're watching in from the live stream at home, you're being treated to a great match, and we're only 2 minutes into it as Takere looking to run a late switch. That was an early touch there, although with the bobble does make that null and void. So the touch was made. Hamish Buick read the late switch, and referee Raymond Cairns does call a little bit of interference. So fair play to both teams, and Raukawa Kirunga get the ball 10 metres inside their own half.
Yeah, good work. Yep, Mashisi's on. This young Maya Kukitami half on the wing here. Here we come Jamie Ratapu coming up the field. And on comes Kapu. Kapu's, it looks like Josh Quinn's in this combination. And there's Munns, number 10, young Munns. Coming through, Josh Quinn.
Great hands there from Quinn.
Yeah, he's that slider player for the men's, touchback men's, plays a little bit of link and a little bit of wing. Looks like they're going to run that girly on the link. Little wing ball. Kapu's going to run a follow over the top. Beautiful catch a pass. Yeah.
The skills are on display, but referee Quinn Murphy alongside Ray Cairns there, pulling up a forward pass, but firing a warning shot there. Raukawa Kirunga.
Yeah, and Kapu set that up really well, eh? Yeah, so they've got eyes on here. But this game could obviously go down to who's got the best defence coming through. Yeah, they open the field well here. Here goes Rory. Coming through, a little out ball. Great touch. Yeah, good touch. Yeah, he read that well, Kapu. That really snuffed that momentum.
Yeah, it did, and that's the final touch as well. So they're going to have to make something out of nothing if they want anything. They just try to kill it towards their side, and that's probably the next best result for Weraroa. And now Raukawa Kirunga working towards their box. They're happy to take a couple up the middle, and now they'll hand off to their females to do a few yards down the right-hand side.
Yes, and just like the intensity of that turnover from Josh Quinn, straight on it. Get that momentum. Here goes Mins. Looks like Morehu's going to be at half. Then a little seventh place step back here. Through he goes. Just needs to find a player open. Finish here.
The touch was the call. It was a little bit worrying though for Weraroa. He split them right down the middle, and that middle channel is where you don't want any attack to go through. So I think in this final they'll probably have to clean that up.
Yeah, I put that set down to just that intensity and the transition from Quinn. They went through and got a real power plant on the back end here. Cairo, Thomas Staples, some definitely handy characters out there once we go through the team sheet.
Yeah, great range as well, great range of players as well. So here's Henry Dunn on the ball, drives in, Staples, double pumps, hits the link. Pass just fell a little bit behind. And they finish the set on the 7th, so not a bad end to the set. And now Raukawa Kirunga.
There goes Tans, coming through some real good leadership. Mayers up the field there. Looks like coming to Atapu. Yeah, good.
Great yards.
Big yards. It was a big carry there. Looks like Nook's going. Hamish just looking for a clean palm. Oh yeah, get a recount.
Yeah, you'll find Henry Dunn. He'll live in that lane, and it is a bit of a double-edged sword. He can nab an intercept as he did in one of the first sets of the game, but if that pass comes a little bit too quick and he sticks a hand out but it beats him, he gets that hand in there for a recount. So Raukawa Kirunga in some good field position, looking to dance around the middle of the field, is Broughton Winterburn. And he earns his team a penalty as well. Quinn out on the left-hand side, just the in and away. Couldn't quite finish in the corner. And I think they might want that one back. That was the first touch there, Hicks.
Yeah, it's a tricky one. You see an opportunity, and if you caught it, probably was in. But they're definitely right back in this game. They've got, and I just see they sent on Kapu and Josh Quinn with Mish, so they've got plenty of attack too to live up to. So, but here we go, coming through the field. That's a good lift. Kapu, nice touch. Here comes Gaz. Oh, Navarone, there's a 5 there. Nav, good Shannon boy, playing in the Weraroa group, and there's Wiremu Takere. Man, this is an awesome sprinkling of mixed players that have played a lot of touch.
Yeah, definitely, and it does add to the mixed grade overall. You know, when you've got players of this calibre littered throughout both teams, as we see Takere on the ball, getting to the 7-metre line, working in the middle there, passes on to Riley, and he'll dance around the 7-metre line as well. These two have been playing together for years, Takere and Riley. They run a quickie, looking for the follow play. Takere sells the dummy, gets on the outside of Kapu, And he dives over for Weeraroa's second. That's just experience here, I think.
Yeah, well, how long's Woods been around? I think the first time I saw Woods was back in John Giffey's days down in Christchurch in the Auckland Youth. And yeah, man, yeah, real sharp. But yeah, I think they might have got a repeat set maybe here. They've definitely got some good ball. And yeah, it's a tough one when you're defending two players in the space, eh?
Yeah, and especially because they got the crossover quickie and he was live, so you had to make a decision. They brought to Muntaburn as they look to attack down the right-hand side. RKR, great defense out wide there, and now they look to centre again.
Yep, good hands out there. Just going to reload. Nice.
Directing traffic there, wasn't he, Mania Osborne, and he gets the late switch, goes up and over, does Morehu Phillips. Great honesty from Savannah Safo-Tavita. She says, no sir, I missed. Great dive there, great athleticism, and great game awareness from Raukawa Kirunga.
Yeah, and Mania organised this really well. You just see him get the ball, they come back, and it's a good setup, the 7 setup, eh? Comes through, they man that, so late's on, nice late cut. Yeah, and she read, and great honesty there, and good finish there by young Morehu. So there we go, we're on the scoreboard, RKR, and 2-1. This is the Hanumi Whiringa Tour. Here's Staples done, Staples little follow, yeah, good work.
Probably a little bit of miscommunication there, wasn't it, Hicks? They looked for the sweep, they looked to dummy the sweep, run the short side, and then run that little follow play with Henry Dunn, but just a little bit of miscommunication between the two. They'll look to fix that up as we head towards the back end of the half.
Yeah, there's this good intensity again. He goes Hennity. She's been around a long time and knows the quality here. So he goes to 2 first cousins. Buick, Kapu coming through. Checks off again. Yeah. Ooh.
Touch was called. I thought that was a play-through call. Yeah, and I think the first infringement was Henry Dunn made the touch, and then the pass left after that. So, enterprising play there from Raukawa Kirunga. Brilliant interpassing there between Broughton Winterburn and Hamish Buick, and they went close there to drawing level.
Yeah, I think with it all, they've got that sort of pocket defender, so they're exposing that pocket defender and going at it now. But you know, if Henry's out there and you're trying to attack that, yeah, he's pretty sharp too. But here, Raukawa Kirunga gets some good ball. Kapu Manawa Whiti with his first cousin there, Hamish Buick coming out. Here comes Josh Quinn. A couple of handy, crafty attackers here. It's very sharp defenders, and you've got to watch out for Gary Riley. He's really good at dropping and getting in that lane, isn't he?
He's another one that lives in that lane, although it can be, like we mentioned, a double-edged sword, and he's up for this one as well, is Gary Riley. He's got some energy, and Hamish Buick appealing for the penalty, and that was a messy set there, wasn't it, from Raukawa Kirunga. They defensively just shot up out of the line. Hamish Buick tried to earn himself a penalty, and then they just stayed true. They kept going through their set, and they picked up the penalty on the back end as Marshall Barton looks to run down the left-hand side, just unable to link up with his wing.
Good touch there by Raukawa Hennessy out there. Yeah, coming through again is Rory. Yeah, in tandem with Watson, Kyle. He might get a little bounce back ball.
Yeah, that was sharp there from Kyle Watson. Got the quickie, and it wasn't so much a step back, but he just dove at the heels, and that's a play probably made famous by the likes of Henry Dunn. So probably picking up a few tricks of the trade from his older teammate there.
Yeah, and obviously, you know, as you know, Tiff, you played a lot out South Auckland, sort of trademark bullets, isn't it? That low quickie game.
Yeah, definitely.
You know, and he's come through that hard school. Here goes Gaz.
Great hands there from Gary Riley. And he just comes up with those plays, doesn't he, Gaz? And he's prided himself on defense for this tournament, which is a bit of a shock, bit of a change for him. So awesome to see that he's taking that pride, and he's won the ball there for Weeraroa. And now Takere and Dunn have the ball in prime position. Yeah. Raukawa Kirunga going to want to be on their toes here.
Yeah, good work. Yeah, they held, they didn't bite. It's quite easy to try and bite when Hens gets that ball, isn't it? So, yeah, nice and stable defensively. He's doing well, getting up high.
Yeah, and he does well, does Henry Dunn, just hovering in and around that 7-metre line, trying to draw multiple defenders. And in doing so, he's earned himself another penalty. And Weeraroa will be looking to extend their lead. Raukawa Kirunga, they don't want this lead to get much further than 3-1.
Yeah, and they're really pulling that defender over.
Yeah, really pushing and pulling. You can see the teamwork there between the defenders as the sweep looks to come around. Touch was made on the cap.
It's a good touch because they're getting a lot of ball movement. They're really trying to get this left side middle and pull him out of his zone right over. Here he is. Hens is going to go straight back at him. Oh, they run an out ball. Oh, good work. Yeah, nice. That's great work. They're doing well in this set, Tiff.
Yeah, they are. You can see it's almost a battle of wits, isn't it, Hicks? You can see the Werero attack just looking to draw out a specific defender from Raukawa Kirunga. And Raukawa Kirunga just happy to creep and not bite. And Cooper now, he's working overtime in defence. That's a great touch, although he's given up his outside. And Dani was looking to dive over, but Ratapu, she took away his space. And we can hear both teams going at it. You can hear high stakes, isn't it? It's very intense, this final.
Yeah. Oh, unlucky. Yeah, unlucky there. Just an error. That had to do sort of back-to-back sets, weren't they? And probably fatigued. But they worked hard. They definitely kept Werero honest on those attacks.
Yeah, and those back-to-back sets, they can really take its toll. So while they didn't get any purchase there, Werero look for that to, or those compounding sets to really kick in towards the back end of the game, especially at the end of a long day, a long few days. And Raukawa Kirunga happy to work on the left-hand side of the field. Here's Buick.
Yeah, look at this stuff. Decided to stay on and not sub. They've managed to get to halfway in 2 touches. And, with the experience of Mish and Quinn, you'd expect them to take over here.
I think that might only be touch 4. Buick pops over the top. Ball was down. Just a little bit of heads-up play, and they've come up with the long-range effort there. And it all started from, that decision to stay on the field, didn't it, Hicks? Hamish Buick, Josh Quinn, they made the decision, stay on the field. And then enterprising play towards the back end of the set. They struck early. I think that was only, it was touch 5. There was Quinn. The back flick out of the back of the hands, beautiful. Caught Gary Riley in the lane, and then the pop back over the top. Well-deserved try there from Raukawa Kirunga.
Yeah, once again, just keeping that scoreline real close, 3-2, coming through. Yeah, good defence, man. Been really impressed with young Raukawa Hennessy coming through. And, man, defence, they'll be happy. I think they've probably defended a little bit more, Raukawa Kirunga, than Werero. But if they can just, this nice little check, good stuff.
Yeah, Werero definitely have had the lion's share of possession. So Raukawa Kirunga, while they're only down by 1, they'd be probably happy with that as to not leak more tries than what they have. So they've really come hard on their defence, as we see. Trying to lob the ball over the top, and it's stuck to Osborne, goes over. And the refs are happy to let that play through, and right on the buzzer, you can hear the hooter in the background. Raukawa Kirunga, after being on defence for most of that first half, they've drawn level right on the stroke of half-time.
Yeah, man, it's just that when you got belief, Atif, you just fight to the end. And there we have it. It is the Hanumi mixed final. Werero 3, Raukawa Kirunga 3, and we'll see you after the break.
Get Christmas ready with our lowest prices. This is the perfect time to set up for Christmas. Lighting can really help make those really special moments. Decorations just to make things look pretty. You want to make sure that everything's right. We can help you make it a Christmas to remember.
Get the turkey on the Smoker Barbecue, $199. Relax on this timber bench set, $299. Be sun safe with a 2.5 metre market umbrella, $59.
When you find a competitor's lower price on the same stocked item, we'll beat it by 15%. Lowest prices are just the beginning.
Where water recharges your spirit, crisp air awakens your senses, earth launches you to great heights, and fire warms your soul. Nowhere else on earth are the elements combined in such a potent way. Find your element in Rotorua.
kei aku nui kia kurahi. If you saw the last game, the 30 men's final, that game was won in the last 30 seconds. This game, Raukawa Kirunga, they were down 3-1 and they came back in that half to even it up. Now, Tiv and I were just talking, there's nothing in it, Tiv.
Absolutely nothing, and that is indicative of the scoreline. It is 3 apiece, Werero and Raukawa Kirunga, although you'd probably say that the momentum will be with Raukawa Kirunga as they were down by 2 and they spent majority of that half on defence there, Hicks. So to come back, especially late in the half and score those 2 late ones, that's a massive effort from them.
Yeah, huge effort, and you know it's been played in good spirits. The 3 refs have really opened this game up, been really clear comms, and it's great seeing both these teams here. To my knowledge, I haven't seen them in the past, so it's awesome to see a new team come down to Māoris.
No, yeah, well, I was just talking with their, I suppose, player manager or supports Ryan, Marshall Barden. She was saying that Werero is a small marae around Port Waikato, so around sort of Raglan area. So it's awesome to see, especially those smaller marae, those smaller iwi, those smaller rohe. It's awesome to see when they pull them out at Māori Nationals.
Here we go, kapu manawa whiti. There with Morehu, little check pass coming through the hands. Oh yeah.
I don't know if you noticed, Hicks, but that was pretty much the exact same play that Werero ran at the start of the first half. And they caught Gaz flat-footed, they caught Riley flat-footed, and it was a great touch in the end by the Werero winger. I think that was Jordan Rogers, and now Morehu looking to dive in and underneath.
Also, I just seen Muramu, Gary and Tanira, pretty sure they were together at the Youth World Cup 05 and the New Zealand 20 men's together. So, man, there's a lot of players here, played a lot of touch and still making the finals. Pretty stoked, eh?
Yeah, and definitely bring a lot of experience to this grade. As we see a scoop towards the short side, and I think they've identified Gary Riley in defence. He does like to live in that lane, and while it can come up with a few intercepts on that occasion, the ball beats the man, and Tanira Kupa dives over to take the lead.
Just experience, eh? Just that experience. And if you look at Tans, he's real calm, composed. They set this up so well. Kapu's in here, get a nice power plant here. Comes across dummies, the sweep. Short side mirror, just a sharp, beautiful finish there. And here we go. Raukawa Kirunga take the lead, 4-3.
Now Werero taking advantage of a slip in defence has done. That's his bread and butter, although touch is called. Ooh, that was a close one, and you can see there's a few bites going back and forth. There's some feeling in this one, Hicks.
Yeah,
there's some feeling.
Yeah, Nukuro, I don't think he's played any sort of top touch since under 14s who made that touch, so he's stoked, and he knows exactly who Henry Dunn is, big time player from the south side, so it's like playing one of your heroes and you're footing it with them. Yeah.
And I think he almost got it again, didn't he? Sort of went at him that whole set, Henry Dunn. And he did well, did Nukuro Rikihana, just to hold his ground. And yeah, there's definitely some feeling in this set. Werero, they may want to keep their heads here. They don't want to get too overexcited, over-aggressive, because it is a long second half and it is only 4-3.
Yeah, it was a little bit too blatant, that penalty going at. And I'm just glad that we've picked it up, and we could just move forward. Like I said, it's been really good discipline through this game, and that's probably what it's going to come down to, who's got the best discipline. Yeah,
that's it, especially when it comes to finals footy. And Raukawa Kirunga, they've got Quinn on the field. Here's Kapu Manawa Whiti. And they'll go through 7-metre line. Werero just happy to pull back into the 7. Although the ref will tell them to push. They're looking threatening around this middle channel. The QB. Gary Riley again shooting out of the line, looking for that intercept. Yeah. And Raukawa Kirunga pick up a penalty there.
Yeah, and we just see number 10 there for Raukawa Kirunga. He's the younger brother of Nukuro, Mun, so awesome to see the next generation from down lane coming through. But Quinn, big time player, Kapu Manawa Whiti's in there, just trying to get on the outside. Good defence by Cairo, Campbell.
Great defence there. He stuck with him, didn't he?
Yep. Another one come through the Systems Youth World Cup in Kuala Lumpur. I think it might have been a teammate of Kapu's who was definitely over there. Yeah, that was a good strong plant.
Yeah, and at what point, Hicks, do the referees have to pull the captains aside and say, hey guys, it's getting a little bit overboard?
Yeah, probably sooner than later, right? Because Yeah, I think we just haven't seen, and not that I'd say it's bad, but I think sooner than later, probably Cairo might have been the second penalty he's given, so it might be just a player, that they talk to.
Yeah, and you sort of run the risk, don't you, if you're playing over aggressive, and as referees you run the risk if you let it go on for too long, it just gets messier and messier.
Yeah.
And especially in these games where there are high stakes. Raukawa Kirunga, they haven't been in the mixed final for a few years, so Weeraroa first time finalists, first time at nationals, so it's an interesting battle between these two teams.
Yeah, well I think the last time we were in the finals was 2016 there, and there used to be Mezcars at Tokoro. They were really, we met them in the finals for some time, but I just want to give a big shout out. There's a young player out there in front of us now, Tānera Cooper. So a few of us started this club in 2001, and we brought away a Kōrero Māori team in 2001, and Tans was about 15, 16. And that's back in 2001, and he's still playing in this Open finals, so it's pretty impressive. But there we go, that number 10.
Oh, Watson.
He's just a bit of a silent assassin, isn't he?
Yeah, well, he isn't doing much, and it seems like nothing phases him as well. That's his second of the match, and he just came around on that sweep, got on the outside, and he's got a nice low dive on him, really skims along the ground, and that's an important try for Weeraroa, just to make it even, and probably just, sorry, it was a quickie, not a sweep, but just sort of gets them back on track a little bit, being a little bit more comfortable being level.
Yeah, and he's a good man too, Kyle. Got to know him over the years. Here goes Mish. Yeah, oh, nice. It's that trademark little jink of Hamish's. It's good to see him back out there. We haven't seen him on attack for a little while.
Yeah, well, it's been 5 minutes in the second half, and as he looked to go again with a nice dump, long ball out to the side, but nothing really doing. There's a pretty strong defense there from Weeraroa. They're very physical in the ruck, and probably feels like they've got one over there on Raukawa Kirunga.
Yeah, there's nothing in this, isn't there, Tim? We just see both ends. It's just millimetres in this stuff. Here goes Nav. It seems to be open space.
Yes, they'll be disappointed with that effort, I think, Raukawa Kirunga. As Navarone McLeod-Jones streaks away down the right-hand side. He just picked apart the two female defenders on the left-hand edge, and yeah, as we see on the KBS replay, there was nothing really going here, Hicks.
Nah.
Then he just went bang off the left foot, through the dummy, and then streaked away.
Yeah, unfortunate there, and Nav, good Shannon boy there. He's joined the forces now, and good on him. There's nothing like scoring a runaway in a big final, Tim.
Yeah, especially at this point in the game. As back to one, I think might be the call there. Got a hand to it there, did Cairo Campbell.
Yeah.
Raukawa with a full set of 6 on the line. They really need to get back on track. The ball goes again. Henry Dunn, I don't think he'll have the wheels to go all the way, and he knows it too. He's got a big smile on his face, although throws the ball inside to Cairo Campbell. Will they score off the one touch? That'll be touch 0. Henry Dunn, as we mentioned earlier, he does like to live in that lane, and he's come away with a big play there for Weeraroa, and I think he'll stay on too here, hence.
Hats off to Morehu too, just keep chasing. They could have easily given up in another runaway, but Henry, you've got to keep an eye on old Hens, eh? He's coming through. This is really good ball movement, just trying to get that right target. Yeah, another Manukura girl there.
Yeah, big touch there from Hennessy Buick, my apologies. And it was on the young pup there, Leanna Marshall-Barden, so Gary Riley calling for the ball. He'll look to quickie the link here. They've dummied, looked to go through, touch was made, excellent show of defence there, and Hennessy Buick, that was a fantastic play from Link.
Yeah, and once again, early in the touch count, there's a bit of pressure even on the ball, isn't there? Yeah, there's good yards here. This is good rhythm. Yeah, that's a good touch. Yeah, probably just discipline, just keeping her head down and keep moving strong. Rātapu's played well, she's carried that touch every time. Here we go, sitting over there, come through, nice check off, nice strong plant. Here goes Nix, outside ball. keeping the defence honest, aren't they?
Yeah, well, that was a bit of a long-range strike, wasn't it, Hicks? They attacked from probably about 20 to 30 metres out from the line, and they've gotten all the way down to the 7-metre. But just going back to what you said about discipline, I think that's probably going to be the most important thing heading into the last sort of 7 minutes of this half, 6.5 minutes. The team that can keep their discipline will probably be the team that will put themselves in the better position to win this game.
Yeah, I think probably an advantage for Rokawa was just that outball, that bow, that really opened up the defence, and I think if they can stick to that, because they sort of opened space late in that first half, which got those 2 touchdowns. So I think that's a real weapon of theirs, but once again, they've got plenty of experienced heads in there, and there's only one in it at the moment with quite a bit of time left.
Yeah, well, there's still 6 minutes left as we see a little bit of drizzle start to hit the fields now. It's been a wet old day here in Rotorua, and now Tākere working with Staples in the middle. He'll look to get the quickie and get on the outside as well. Was he onside? Referee Raymond Cairn says yes, he was. And Tākere will look to pull the strings. Working in the middle, just happy to play at a bit of a slow pace. Bouncing out and gets in and underneath. And you can see how important that was. Wiremu Tākere, they faked the follow, bounced out, and then he dove underneath to extend Weraroa's lead by 2.
Yeah, tough stuff there. Hats off to Nooks getting out there and defending these top players that have been around a long time. But yeah, execution at the big moment. It's just got slightly unturned there, and yeah, here we go. But we've got plenty of time there, Tiff. There's only 2 in it. Kapu's back out there. This is a good combo for Rokawa Kirunga. Yeah, Kapu's coming through.
He's got his outside 2. Great line there from Heneti Buick. And an even better touch there from Asafo Tavita. That was great defence there from Weraroa. They really stretched them on the right-hand side.
Yeah, she released well. Savannah, MVP female player of the at the World Cup in 2019. There's another chick inside.
And there's been a couple. They've been guilty of that. Rokawa Kirunga just pushing that extra pass. And Weraroa have found purchase with a few runaways, few line breaks down the left-hand side. And down by 2, Gary Riley, a little bit of gamesmanship starting to come into play. Happy to run down the clock, eat away a few extra seconds. And with a 6-4 lead, just under 5 minutes, Rokawa Kirunga probably starting to feel the pinch a little bit.
Yeah, just Taya, probably haven't mentioned her name enough. Other experienced player coming back and out there, but here goes Henry Dunn. Bit of a household name, and I know they'll be making those t-shirts of Hennessy and Maltese. I'm pretty sure people like Henry Dunn wouldn't be far off those t-shirts, eh, Tim? Potentially,
so I've heard. As we see Tākere, there are a few, I see in the comments, a few people requesting a Wiremu Tākere tee as well, so I'll put in a good word, see what we can come up with as he works in the middle with Henry Dunn.
I wonder if they want any coaches on there, Tim. There's been a backlog of messages for that.
No idea. And sharp defence there from Hamish Buick. He's an experienced campaigner, Hamish Buick, and Rokawa Kirunga, they probably want to push the pace here a little bit and really try and push forward and force Weraroa into a play. I think that's probably the go-to for the last sort of 3 minutes. They're down by 2. Weraroa, they can really put the nail in the coffin here though. Pass goes in behind, second phase play, and ball just going to deck, and we can see that rain starting to come into play. It is drizzly here, so it's starting to get wet as well as the wind. It's cold. Classic Kiwi summer here, isn't it?
Yeah, this is the discipline we talked about, eh? Just get on, and this is probably be raining, so just open it up. But here we go. There's 2.5 minutes. There's only 2 touchdowns in it. Just playing a nice platform, coming through the field. Here goes Mish. This will be error-free set from Rokawa as they come through. He come on the fresh legs. Yeah, good to see Kapu out there. He's played big minutes, hasn't he?
Yeah. And unfortunately come up with an error. It was a crooked roll ball. Angled plant was the call from the referees. He was sort of facing northeast. And Weraroa come away. That's probably a big penalty in the context of this game. And with 2 minutes left, Weraroa could probably see the finish line in sight. You could argue that they've got one hand on the trophy with a 2-try lead. Just under 2 minutes to go. They looked forward there from Riley to Dunn. Referee's happy to let that play through though. And that is last. And Wereroa not really firing a shot. Are they happy to sort of play to protect your lead? What do you think is the go there, Hicks?
Yeah, it looks like they definitely were happy to complete the set. Yeah, we need to play through this. This is probably where they need to get involved. With good discipline coming through the field. Here comes Buick, working with Quinn. Tarns is in there, he'll get a nice power drop here, kicking over again. This has been real good ball movement. Yeah, Tarns has got the ball just coming through, Tarns.
Quinn looking for the back flick, looking for the miracle play. And Raukawa Kirunga, I think they're throwing caution to the wind here. They know, they're aware of the scoreboard, they're aware of the time. And heading into the last minute of this match, Wereroa, if their last sets were anything to go by, they'll be happy just to amble up the field at a slow, muddling pace. And they've made this game a little bit uncomfortable for Raukawa Kirunga, haven't they, Hicks?
Yeah, it's been, everyone's been, putting their best in, and it comes to those, sometimes you make an error and you feel like you let the team down, but by no means have they. And it's just awesome to see the whānau back after not being in the mixed grade since 2017. Here comes Staples, through he goes. Yeah, touch there.
Great touch there.
Yeah, good touch. And having all the ladies on both sides just really helped out.
Yeah, they've really stepped up, haven't they? And you mentioned a few of their names. There was Hennessy as well as Buick. Asafo Tavita has been good for Wereroa. So in the mixed grade, you're only as good as your ladies. So they really are the backbone of the team. So and with a bit of a flurry, unable to do so. And Wereroa are your 2023 Bunnings Warehouse Māori Touch Nationals champions in the open mixed grade. And what a game there, Hicks.
Yeah, awesome game to watch, and once again, got the best two teams over the weekend that have got at it. We've got a lot of new faces from back home that experience this finals footy, so it's been an awesome game, and I'm pretty sure everyone back home down Raukawa and also amongst the Wereroa whānau will be really, really proud after that outing. Yeah,
definitely. And if you are tuning into our live stream, don't go away. We've got the Wahine Māori final coming up between Tainui and Mātātua, followed by the men's open final a little bit later on. So stick around, we'll be back after the break.